This might be the biggest update Project Neo's had yet. Check it out. Enough of the rambling. Let's jump over to the computer and check this out. All right, let's get into this. So I'm going to turn off the frame because I don't want that for now. And the first thing I'm actually going to talk about is the 2D and 3D because this is totally new. We didn't have this previously. So if I click on 2D, this takes me into a different type of artboard, and I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can actually hold space and move this canvas around, which is really cool. But you'll see I still see the 3D layer. So let's turn this off. I'm just going to click this eyeball. So there's 3 states. There's one where it's in between where I can kind of see a ghost of it, and then I can completely turn that off. So we'll just turn that off for now. I'm also going to change the background to white. And let's start playing with this. So I've still got my shapes you can see. So let's put a shape in here. Put this rectangle. And it's just like we had it in 3D, but now it's in 2D. So I can still do all the cool stuff that I'm used to doing in Neo. I can use the whole feature right here. Let's put some color on this. I can actually still use my edit shape or direct selection tool. I can bend this. You know, I've got these adjustments, which is really nice. But what really excites me is the blend feature. So you guys know the blend feature in Adobe Project Neo is super cool. But now you can still do this with 2D shapes, which I think opens up a world of new possibilities. So let's turn on the blending. And look at that, you're already seeing some really cool interactions in real time. It's non-destructive, which is really exciting because it means I can just play around and I don't have to worry about accidentally ruining my art. I think what excites me the most is I can actually change this color. So let's change this to like a purple or something. And you'll see I actually get a pretty cool gradient. And so now you see we're getting some really cool interactions happening. And so this, again, I'm just showing you the features. I'm not doing anything like groundbreaking here, but I'm showing you what is possible. Let's delete these, and I'm going to show you something that I actually think is pretty cool with this. So say I wanted to make like some kind of cool fluid background. Let's turn the background of this maybe to like light pink or something. And then let's turn this to a darker pink. Something like that's pretty cool. I'm going to turn the blending of this up to like 20%. And now I'm just going to start duplicating this. So if you see, I'm getting some weird interactions happening, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to put this like here. I'm going to duplicate again. Maybe we'll put this one here. All right, hopefully you're finding this as satisfying as I do, because this is, every time I do this, it just like, I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. All right, so I've made a pretty cool organic shape here, right? Like this would be difficult without being able to just play an experiment like this with that 2D blending. So they're calling this fluid vectors, which is pretty accurate because we've got these nice fluid organic shapes happening, and it's really just playful, and I think it's going to be really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the color of this, and so now we can start getting some of those cool gradients. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to grab a couple of these. And now let's talk about something we can do. So we still have this motion. I talked about this in my previous video, but now we can put the same motion on these 2D layers, which is pretty cool. So let's change this to wiggle, and I'm going to increase the amplitude, and I'm going to change it to Y, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one right here. And so now I can just put my hands off the keyboard and I can just let this go. And we got some really cool organic animation happening, which I could see this being really cool for like backgrounds. I don't know. Your imagination is limitless on this. All right, so we all agree that this is pretty cool, right? But let's take it to the next level. Let's go back to my 3D layer. And what's cool is I can actually reorder this, so I can throw the 3D on top. Say I want to delete this platform. Well, I still have my 3D object here. So now I'm able to take 2D and 3D things and kind of mix them together. So this right here is actually a good example of how I took those 2D and 3D layers and put them together. So let me play this animation for you, and you can start seeing how we can get some 3D animation mixed inside of 2D illustration. So this is 2D, this text right here, we've got these lines, all of that's 2D. But if I switch back over to my 3D layer, you can see this is actually full 3D. So I've got this 3D sphere, I've got this 3D cursor, and I've got these little 3D orbs right here. And so it's a different way of thinking. I think you have to like maybe open your mind to what's possible, but you can start seeing how you can use that 3D and 2D layer in one illustration or composition. And I think it starts getting really cool. All right, another cool thing that you'll notice is new is we actually have a pen tool now. So we didn't have a pen tool. I'm still in the 2D section. So I'm just gonna show you, it's a good old fashioned pen tool. If you are a user of Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, you should be familiar with the pen tool, but really exciting to have because this opens up just a lot lot more organic shapes that I can make. It really helps with my illustrations and compositions, so I'm really excited about that. You can still do all your same features too. So like say I want to have a hole in this, I can still do that. Say I want to inflate it, you know, all the cool stuff that I can still do with the pen tool in Neo. What's really cool though is if I right click on this, I can actually convert to 3D. So let's convert to 3D, and now let's go back to my 3D layer. And so here is that shape that I just made, and it's converted into 3D. So this is like, I'm so excited that the pen tool is here now, because I was going in Adobe Illustrator making little shapes and then copying them and pasting them into Neo. Now I don't need to do that because I have this pen tool inside of Neo. What's cool now is I still have the pen in the 3D space. So say I want to draw something out, I can just do it, you know, like I'm familiar with the pen tool, and just like that, it'll pop into 3D. I think what I get excited about the most is like, say this was a computer or something and I wanted a cord running from it. That would be really difficult to do previously in Neo, but now I can just take my pen, I can draw a nice little organic cord. I don't know, maybe I have a plug on the end, and then I can just let go. You can see the plane that it's on too, so that's really helpful. And I'm just gonna let go. And now I can adjust this. So let's inflate. And I'm going to round the top and bottom corner. Maybe I want this to be a little shiny, just really get the point across. And like in a couple clicks, I have a nice organic shape that shows me that this is a cord. So this is just going to really help me with my illustrations or my 3D mock-ups or whatever I'm working on. Another thing that they added, which is such a quality of life improvement, is multiple object editing. So if I select all these objects right here and I want to change the color, say I want to make it red, I can do that with all of these now. And I know that seems so like simple, but this is something you couldn't do in the previous version. And so I'm so happy to be able to grab multiple things and change the color at once, because when you're building a more complex scene, it just takes a lot of time. So I'm really pumped about that. All right, so we have this really great art that I made here, right? We all agree that it's really awesome. Say I want to do something more with it in a composition. Maybe I want to take it into Photoshop and build a poster with it. Well, now if you right click, the first thing you'll notice is there's just a bunch of new options in the right click menu. But what I want to do is I want to copy this as a PNG, which is something I couldn't do previously. So now I copied it as a PNG, and I'm going to open up Photoshop and I'm going to paste it in here. So let me paste, and check that out. Now I've got my shape inside of Photoshop that I can start doing any type of composition with. This, in my opinion, just speeds up my workflow and allows me to start doing a lot more with a lot less time. It doesn't just stop there though. Say I want to be working in a vector style. I personally like to work in the vector style a lot. Let's take this right here and let's go back to copy as, and we can actually copy as an SVG, which is really exciting. So now let's open Illustrator, right? Because that's where SVGs go. And we're going to paste, and check that out. We've got this nice vector pasted in here. I can actually do Command Y. I can show you my nice clean vector lines. Really sweet. So if I'm doing some type of vector illustration, say I need a little bit of 3D, I can now do that with just copying as an SVG straight from Neo. All right, I feel like I showed you guys a ton, but there was a ton in this new update. So I wanted to just jump in here, show you my first reaction, kind of show you what is new and what's exciting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if any of this is exciting, something you've been asking for, something you're excited to play with. I'm interested to see how people start using these new features and what they're going to build with it. Well, guys, that's all I got for you. If you like this video, you already know what to do. Until the next time, peace.